So last week we left Wilson Arch, and this week we will reach Fort Bluff. And so come join me and let's get to Fort Bluff. The stop at Fort Bluff, I thought it would actually be literally nothing. I was out in what seems to be the middle of nowhere in Utah, and I thought I was just going to make this quick stop, stretch my legs for a minute, and would be on my way to Monument Valley. However, that was not the case. I was so intrigued with Fort Bluff that I stayed quite a while, and I didn't end up making Monument Valley this trip because of other issues as well. Last week, I promised to tell of two hole in the rocks, and both required vision, inspiration, determination, and the ability to work with others. Today's story takes that vision, inspiration, determination, ability to work with others, and faith to extremes. With these character traits, a group of 250 men, women, and children, along with their wagons, were able to accomplish amazing feats to traverse the canyon lands of Utah and arrive at Fort Bluff. Hi, I'm Lori, and welcome to my channel. Come on and let's check out Fort Bluff and hear another second tale of the hole in the rock in Utah. So out in the middle of nowhere, Utah, I found this gem, and I'm learning a story of 70 families consisting of 250 men, women, and children that left Escalante, Utah, on their way to put roots down in Fort Bluff. They thought the trip would be about 125 miles and take them 6 weeks to reach their destination. As it turns out, it ended up being a much longer journey of about 260 miles, and it took them 6 weeks just to blast a path, a hole in the rock into the cliffs to create a safe passage that they could make the 1,200-foot drop to get from Escalante to Fort Bluff. The entire expedition took place from December 1879 to March 1880 and lasted for about 4 months instead of the original 6 weeks it was thought. They even had to send the wagons back to get more supplies for the settlers. These settlers had to face harsh winter conditions as they were traveling to get from Escalante to Fort Bluff, Utah. And then once they got to Fort Bluff, they established a community around the San Juan River. But they found that the conditions there were very wild, harsh, and unpredictable, and it was very hard to grow food in this arid climate. So most of the families moved away. But today we have a museum, and we can see the settlement and understand the history and what remains. The expedition was led by Brigham Young, the second president of the Church of Jesus Christ of the Latter-day Saints. The pioneers faced numerous trials and challenges along the way as they traversed a rugged and unforgiving terrain. They had to navigate through steep canyons, treacherous cliffs, and dense forests, making their journey extremely difficult in the middle of winter in Utah. One of the most famous obstacles encountered by the expedition was the hole in the rock. This was a narrow and winding crevice in the face of a sheer sandstone cliff. The pioneers had to carefully carve a path through this formidable obstacle, which involved chiseling and blasting through solid rock. It was a remarkable feat of determination and ingenuity as they built roads as they traveled rugged and treacherous terrain, including steep cliffs, steep canyons, and rocky landscapes. They had to construct a road and make their way through the challenging terrain, often using dynamite to blast through obstacles. Along the way, with the scarcity of water and other hardships, it significantly slowed their progress. Due to the difficult conditions and unexpected challenges, the pioneers had to spend extra time and resources to navigate the route. The journey was marked by perseverance, determination, and resourcefulness, and faith, as they overcame one obstacle after another, even sending the wagons back for more supplies when they got low. Despite the numerous trials that they faced, the pioneers ultimately triumphed and successfully reached their destination at Fort Bluff. The settlement they established there played a significant role in the colonization and development of southeastern Utah. It became an important hub for trade, agriculture, and community building in the region. The Hole in the Rock expedition holds great historical significance for several reasons. First, it demonstrated the resilience and resourcefulness of the Mormon pioneers as they carved a path through the seemingly impossible terrain. It also symbolizes their unwavering faith and commitment to their religious beliefs. The settlement at Fort Bluff opened up new opportunities for the pioneers and paved the way for further expansion and development in the area. It facilitated the establishment of communities, the growth of agriculture, and the exploration of natural resources. Overall, the Hole in the Rock expedition was a remarkable journey filled with the trials and triumphs. It stands as a testament to the pioneering spirit and determination of those who sought to build a new life in the challenging and untamed land. The Hole in the Rock expedition remains important because it was a remarkable feat of endurance and determination, covering a considerable distance and lasting several months, including in the winter, and it remains an important part of the Mormon pioneers' history and their settlement efforts in the American West. Just look at the walls with all the names of the pioneers. It goes on and on. What a remarkable group of men, women, and children this must have been. With their faith and cooperation and determination, they accomplished great feats by working together. As I've been walking around Fort Bluff, you've been looking at some of the original pioneer homes and some of the wagons and reproductions that they've also made so that you can get a feeling for the settlement at Fort Bluff. What do you think of this journey? Do you think you could make it? Leave me your thoughts in the comments below. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I will see you next week. Peace.